the Czechoslovak koruna was the currency of Czechoslovakia from April 10, 1919, to March 14, 1939, and from November 1, 1945, to February 7, 1993. For a brief time in 1939 and 1993, it was also the currency in separate Czech and Slovak republics. On February 8, 1993, it was replaced by the Czech koruna and the Slovak koruna, both at par. The ISO 4217 code and the local abbreviations for the koruna was CSK and KS. 1 koruna equaled 100 halo unregistered trademark angstrom or halerov. In both languages, the abbreviation H was used. The abbreviation was placed behind the numeric value. First koruna, a currency called the kron in German and koruna in Czech, was introduced in Austria-Hungary on September 11, 1892, as the first modern gold-based currency in the area. After the creation of an independent Czechoslovakia in 1918, an urgent need emerged for the establishment of a new currency system that would distinguish itself from the currencies of the other newly born countries suffering from inflation. The next year, on April 10, 1919, a currency reform took place, defining the new koruna as equal in value to the Austro-Hungarian kron. The first banknotes came into circulation this same year, the coins 3 years later, in 1922. This first koruna circulated until 1939, when separate currencies for Bohemia and Moravia and Slovakia were introduced, at par with the Czechoslovak koruna. These were the Bohemian and Moravian koruna and the Slovak koruna. Coins banknotes. Second koruna, the Czechoslovak koruna, was re-established in 1945, replacing the two previous currencies at par. As a consequence of the war, the currency had lost much of its value. Coins banknotes. Third koruna, the koruna went through a number of further reforms. A particularly drastic one was undertaken in 1953. At that time, the Communist Party of Czechoslovakia had to deal with the fact that there was a double markets in the country, a fixed market ensuring basic food availability, a remnant of the post-war quota system, and a free market, in which goods were as much as 8 times more expensive but better quality. They decided to declare a currency reform valid from June 1, 1953, and to distribute new banknotes printed in the Soviet Union. The reform had been prepared very quickly and was confidential up to the last minute, but some information leaked anyway, causing a lot of panic among people. The night before the deadline, the president of Czechoslovakia Antonín Zápotoka one-half made a radio speech, in which he lied to the nation that there was no possibility of a reform and quieted down the inhabitants. The next day, people were allowed to change up to 1,500 old korunas for new korunas at the rate of 5 old to 1 new koruna and the rest at the rate of 50 to 1. All insurance stock, state obligations and other commercial papers were nullified. The economic situation of many people got worse insofar as many petitions and demonstrations broke out, the largest of which took place in PLZEA, where 472 people were arrested. In 1993, in accordance with the dissolution of the Czechoslovak Federation, the Czechoslovak koruna split into two independent currencies, the Slovak koruna and the Czech koruna. Accession to the EU in 2004 meant both currencies were slotted to be replaced by the euro once their respective countries meet the criteria for economic convergence and there is the political will to do so. The Slovak koruna was replaced by the euro on January 1, 2009. There is currently no set or estimated date for the Czech koruna to be replaced. Coins banknotes. Consumer Price Index. See also, Czech koruna, Slovak koruna, Bohemian and Moravian koruna. References: AB Inflation in Czechoslovakia 1985 a euro 91, World Bank, IMF World Economic Outlook, May 1998 Statistical Appendix. External links, Czechoslovak banknotes.